Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Lenka Nedvedova, and it's both an honor and a pleasure to welcome you to our very first webinar from the series that is organized within the project Unity and Diversity. This project is made possible thanks to financial support of the European Union, and though the collaboration with our partners, for example, Erasmus Student Network, Czech Republic, as well as other organizations. I'm very excited to have you here today, and I hope this session will bring you useful insights and some practical tools, perhaps. Also, this webinar is being recorded for later educational purposes. After the webinar, you will receive a feedback survey by the email. Once you complete it, you will be able to receive the certificate of attendance. Please be aware that these certificates of attendance will be only provided to those who are participating live today and who completed the feedback survey afterwards. Participants who only watch the recording will not receive a certificate. So before we get started, to be able for me later on to send you the certificates and post-activity survey, I would like to kindly ask you to scan this QR code if it's possible. If you don't have this opportunity, I'm sending the link in a chat room here. Yes. This will take you to a short entry survey when you can share your expectations for today's webinars, and basically your insights will help us even after or to compare your answers and to also improve our perhaps next webinars you're going to attend. So you can do it right now, or you can just do it. You can just do it later. But I would like to give you like 3-4 minutes to complete this survey. Please, I would like to ask the participants live today if you can, after you have finished the survey, if you can send me a message here or just a quick reaction for me to see if if we can continue or if we should wait a little bit longer. So I seen a few two people are finished, so I will give it another minute and then we will dive into today's topic. I think we are ready to go. So for today, I have these topics I would like to cover with you guys. First, a little bit of introduction about today's topic. Then we can goes into the discrimination in social media, why we should talk about it, why it's important, and also how to respond, and the most importantly, how to protect ourselves to face the discrimination on the social media. In order to understand how we can respond to discrimination on social media, we first need to be able to recognize it. We should be able to tell whether what we are seeing is really discrimination or not. So another quick activity for you is play will be after this description of discrimination which we are the most aware of. So as you can see, we have different types. Usually the aggressors aim on the mental status or age or gender or any minority, racial discrimination or the nationality. There are plenty of them today recognized by society. But what is even more interesting is about which kind of forms do we have. So before we go into examples which we can recognize also on the social media, I would like to hear your opinion on this topic. So please, if you can, take a moment and scan the QR code you see on the screen, and it will take you to Mentimeter, where you can share what comes to your mind when you hear the phrase discrimination on social media. Please don't think about it for too long. The first thing that pops up on your mind, please write it there. After this small activity, we will basically uncover what's hiding under the term discrimination. Okay, so for now, as you can see, we have the most, I would say, the most common topics as a gender or verbal discrimination, physical one, also known as a harassment, or even the race, when someone is aiming on the nationality or the racial of someone else. But this is not the only ones we can recognize these days. So if I'm quickly jump back to our presentation. In these days, discrimination online doesn't always look the same, and it's not only limited to those who you suggested. It can be direct, like the hate speech or insults or threats, which are the most visible ones, or even subtle, like exclusion from a group's chat, stereotyping, or microaggression. It can also take a form of harassment through repeated unwanted messages or misinformation, spreading false narratives about minorities or marginalized communities. What makes social media different is that harmful behavior can be amplified and spread quickly, reaching the wide audience in a second, and this can have a tremendous impact on the person behind the screen. Recognizing the forms early in the stage is the first step to addressing them effectively and to face them. So right now you can see 6 groups with certain description, and most of us who are I would say interested in this topic can kind of imagine what does it mean. But I would like to give you an example where you can see the most of these forms of discrimination in one single post. So let me share this first-hand experience. I would like to present you. This is me 2 years ago in Sofia in Bulgaria. I was recorded by my dearest friend, uh, Pete, who is behind the Instagram and TikTok channel Lingualizer. He specialized in languages and spread awareness of them. So we recorded a video when I was drinking Czech beer in Bulgaria. I jokingly said that the Prague's beer is better in Sofia than in Prague. And this is just a piece of comments I received there. So as you can see, most of them, and from my later knowledge, aimed on my nationality. Most of them accused me of me being a liar, because because I'm claiming to be a Czech person and I don't look like one. Some of them were cursing at me. Some of them were threatening me, but also I received a plenty of death threats later on. And when the video got a little bit viral, it was even worse for me. I would consider myself as someone who is uh, able to turn off the social media and don't think about it too much. But the moment this video was uploaded into online space, I had really hard times in my life. So my mental well-being wasn't that good, I would say, and this minor thing take a stir on me. So for 2 weeks, I would say perhaps, I was constantly thinking about the comments I've received. Yes, there were some nice ones, but what was the most painful for me uh, was actually be able to see the comments that were aiming on my language disability, on my language skills. I'm not a native speaker, and I'm aware of that fact. But some of these comments were actually aiming on me not being able to pronounce certain words correctly, not being able to speak fluently, and this was very hard for me to overcome and to get to basically left this fear of speaking in a different language to foreigners. So all of these forms also might seem harmless at first because they are just jokes, just sarcasm, but their effects are real and serious. This is the most important thing we should understand, that not the sarcasm is also a form of harassment. Yes, many people would claim that it's being able to understand jokes, but you never know who is on the other side. So let's break it. So the impact of discrimination, let's break it down into 3 levels. The personal ones, consequences, we are talking about them every day. Individuals are exposed to online discrimination, often experience stress, anxiety, and low esteem. But over time, this can lead to severe depression and sleeping difficulties, or even physical symptoms such as migraine, headache, or fatigue. People may start withdrawal from online and offline social spaces, which can impact their confidence, school or work performance, and overall well-being. Not many people are aware of the fact that our mental state can affect our whole body and how our body can work. There is another one, which is the social consequences. Repeatedly discriminatory behavior can become normalized, and this is the most scary thing for our society. Making hate and stereotypes seems acceptable. This also fuels polarization, dividing communities into us versus them, and spread harmful misinformation. Trust in online space and the society then can erode. The last one, but for sure not the least one, it's community impact. And this is the most harmful thing we observe each of the day when we are talking about minor groups. Marginalizing groups often feels excluded and silenced. Their voices are ignored or attacked, leading to a loss of representation because they prioritize their own safety, or being attacked, or leading to a loss of role models, and also barriers to participation in education, work, or public life. And this overall weakens community cohesion and deepens inequality. So, in short, discrimination on social media is not just a few offensive comments. It affects individuals, it affects society and the communities, and the most important thing, it's in online space, but also in everyday life. So the question of today is how to even respond to discrimination, or are we even able to fight against it, and do we have any tools how to do that? But recognizing them, the direct, indirect exclusion, algorithms, harassment, we can better understand the full spectrum of discrimination online and be more prepared to respond effectively. As you can see, the first one is reporting or blocking or even filtering. So each of us can use reporting function for hateful and threatening content. So we are not going to help the algorithms to show us this kind of content that can affect us. Blocking or muting offenders and adjust filters to limit exposure. Also, we can have a private support affected people privately to avoid escalating conflicts. And this is also very important. If we should be able to recognize who is the victim here and how we can help them. So if you are the victim, or your closest ones, or someone completely unknown. But the smallest thing you can do, you can provide to someone who's under attack, is to show them they are not alone. And I know from my experience, it can be also very scary to show the support openly in online space, because then you can also be the victim. But there's not such a powerful thing than a simple private message to show them empathy. So, for example, I saw the comments, "I support you, and I think it's the right to speak up." Because also what our brain is doing is we are able to memorize the negative comments above the positive ones. And then we have a role of allies, like comment positively on a supporting message, write a supporting comment on a post like, "I agree with you, this is unacceptable," or report harmful content together to increase the chance it's going to be removed from the platform. Last one is factual and calm response. From first-hand experience, this is the hardest one, because you are usually dealing with someone who's irrational on the other side. But to be able to remain calm and stick to the facts, correct misinformation on harmful stereotypes without any personal attack can also make an impact, and you can also show the whole society that the misinformation is just not true. So let's say we are in a position of the victim. We were attacked. So coping with discrimination also means protecting your mental health. So protecting yourself online and respond safely. You can either ignore or disengage when it's necessary. If responding, you can stay calm and factual. You are not, no one is obligated to respond to these kind of comments, and you can also report them by yourself. If it's very serious for you and you would like to talk to someone, which is also recommended by many specialists in this in the field, reach out to your friends or family. If it's very serious, you can also reach out to communities and professional services. Last but not least, you can take care of your mental health. Take breaks from social media, or practice mindfulness or stress relief techniques, and maintain healthy routines. This strengthens the resilience and emotional health. So all of these tools we have right now, or the techniques, can be useful. But the most useful thing is to be open about your struggle and not keep it inside, because then it take a toll on your own health. But if you ended up in a position when you are actually aware that you need help there and you are desperate where to look for it, we have so many options. So seeking help is not a weakness, and so many communities or many individuals are under discrimination each of the day. And the number is even rising after the political conflicts or changes in the society. So it's proactive and empowers you and the others if you decide to seek a help. So combining platforms tools, community, and professional support strengthens your safety and well-being online. It also help to raise awareness about the issue and force the society to face it and to navigate and to deal with it. So we have online platforms, use reporting tools, blocking or muting offenders, adjusting privacy settings as I described on a previous slide. But we also have a community support. And right now I would like to also mention the Erasmus Student Network, because your friends and allies and people who went through the similar struggles can easily understand you and help you out. Student networks or even specialized forums provide advice and guidance. So if you would be scared to see someone offline, you can also use the help online to stay hidden. But if it comes to professional support, for example, in Czech Republic, we have many institutions and organizations. You can call them and seek for the therapist and address the issue. And also there are many platforms on an international level. Also in the Czech Republic, you can seek out help of the psychologist, not only in a Czech language, but also in English or different languages. So it's very, very open to anyone who need a help. So I briefly described what kind of forms of discrimination we are aware of in these social media days and platforms. Each of the platform kind of has a different kind of threats for us, but there is something very common. Social media give enormous power to anyone to speak up. So the freedom of speech there, it also can lead to someone being under attack or discrimination. So it's very important. It's very important topic for today's society to talk about it and share the thoughts and feelings and also the experience to build even better and safer community in online world and also in the offline world. So we emphasize protecting our mental well-being and seeking support when we need it. So I have a few last messages for you. So remember, you're not completely alone. So if you know someone who've been discriminated or you experience by yourself, you always have options: friends, communities, national organization, professional services, and platforms tools are pretty much available to all of us these days. So I would encourage you to apply what you've learned today. Every small action, reporting, supporting someone who speak up, contributes to a safer and more exclusive digital space. Because in the end, we should not ignore these kind of habits, because then we let them become the standards in our society. So I would like to thank you for your participation on today's workshop, on today's webinar, how to face discrimination on social media. And I strongly believe that together we can create more and respectful, inclusive, and safer online space. And it's starting with each of us. Each of us can make a change and support someone who is struggling on daily basis. So this is all from me for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us for today's presentation. And I would like to also invite you for our upcoming events. The list of them you can find out on the website of Erasmus Student Network Czech Republic, and it will be also shared on the social media of this organization. And I hope we are going to see each other during our physical event, which is happening in a month, or on another webinar session. Thank you so much.